So here's what I love about what we do. Most training is too much too soon, and most care is too little too late. We solved for both of those, and we did it through 3 key innovations. First innovation is the relationship between care and training. Most care is too little too late, but even when it's deployed, it's only able to get people back to baseline. They're relatively healthy, something bad happens to them, they're significantly degraded, and then you deploy a counselor or someone who has counseling capacities, and then they are brought back to baseline, but not to post-traumatic growth. Similarly, training is almost always episodic and cognitive. It's all up here. And so people don't actually learn in their bodies or in the precognitive affective space in their brain where like real life happens. They don't learn, they learn about the competency. They don't actually become stronger or better. They learn about strongerness and betterness. Instead of thinking about these things as silos, we think about care and development as a continuum. So all of our care is developmental. When someone is injured or notices a degradation of their capacity over time, and they come to us, we don't bring them back to baseline, we bring them back to better. Similarly, when someone comes to get a competency, when the need that they notice is that they don't know how to do something, we don't just give them the ability to do the thing, we connect them deeply with Jesus in ways that access the deep parts of their soul so that their character is changed along with the competency. So the first innovation is a care and development continuum informs how we do both care and training. Second innovation is a little bit smaller, and it's focused around the care. When you come to us injured or degraded or with your capacity diminished through burnout or fatigue, you don't even have to know what you need. You talk to our intake director, and she listens to you and dialogues with you and brings that information back to the director of our care team, and they together build a targeted plan that deploys multiple competencies for your best interest, for your well-being. It's an integrated team so that when you are dealing with a counselor, you're dealing with a counselor who actually knows how to hand you off for debriefing if debriefing is what you really need, or knows when it's time to shift you over to a spiritual director, or for listening and inner healing prayer, or when it's time for you to learn something that's going to allow you to heal better. So the second innovation is instead of specific care modalities being something you have to know how to find, you just reach out for help and we know the way. So the third innovation, as I said, most training and care is episodic and cognitive. What that means is it happens all of a sudden for just a discrete little moment, and it all happens right here in the front of your brain where you have language for things. It's not where change happens, and it's not how change happens. So this innovation is a move, an intentional move from episodic and cognitive to experiential accompaniment. In point and process. Great example of this is Psalm 23. Lots of metaphors in Psalm 23. There are 2 that all the metaphors organize themselves around. A shepherd that walks with you on the trail, and a host that sets a table before you, even in the presence of your enemy. A table. The pacing is key. We pace with you. However you find yourself, wherever your come from is, we pace with you how you are walking now, until you can pace with us how we are walking now, until you walk away with Jesus into vibrant ministry. The combination of point and process is key. So when you take these 2 big innovations and you put them together, you get a grid that accurately captures a lot of what we can do for you. There's care and there's training, mutually informing one another, and there's point and process. Specialized, focused, curated events that are intense and allow you to have deep change quickly, and then process, where we walk with you in the context of your real life, where you work that deep change into your real world so that what you gain in the moment isn't lost in the drag. So some of the care points that we offer are retreats for groups or individuals. We do guided sabbaticals where you come to us for a discrete period of time, usually 8 weeks, maybe because of burnout or possibly just because of a transition. There's an intense period of care on the front end, There's an intense period of coaching on the end. In the middle, you reclaim your humanness. There are care intensives. If something really bad recently happened, seeing a counselor once a month isn't going to do it for you. You actually need sort of an intensive care experience, and we bring you here and help you. We also offer ongoing care events for people in the caring professions because compassion is fatiguing and it's very easy to lose your heart when you're trying to help people. What will happen at one of these events is then undergirded by ongoing help from a counselor, a spiritual director, someone who does listening and inner healing prayer. You might begin your journey with us through debriefing, a critical incident debrief of something bad very recently happened. And you might not need to be really beat up to need help. You might just need coaching to help you navigate a tricky patch. Our training events all start in the basement. They all start from your deep places, and then they work out from there into fruitfulness in the world. Resoul is an anti-fragility platform that trains you to thrive in chaos. Reweave allows you to do integrated and integrative work so that you and the people that you care about aren't fractured in the context of your work. And Reveal allows you to develop as a leader even when your leaders don't know how to develop you. And that is the case for most of us. Moved weaponizes compassion. It mobilizes compassion and makes you able to bring your whole heart to the world in ways that change the world around you. Coracle combines several of these. And then there are specific competency-driven trainings like how to team in a relationally intelligent way, cultural intelligence so you can work in a multicultural environment, and language acquisition so you can communicate with your neighbor when your neighbor doesn't have the same come from you have. Once you have one of these trainings, we actually work the competency into your tissues in the context of your real life with a cohort. Sometimes that's through one-on-one leadership coaching. Often it's through a cohort experience. What is unique to us is this. Not that we have the corner on Jesus, but we actually make this a big deal. Here's how. When you are hurt and you come to us for healing, we don't just heal you. We mediate an encounter with Jesus that teaches you how to meet with Jesus in your wounds and how to receive healing from him ongoing. So the next time you are injured, you may not even need us. When you come to us for a competency, we don't just teach you the competency, we increase your ability to be Jesus' disciple. We help you learn how to learn this thing from Jesus. And when you need guidance, we don't just guide you. We help you connect deeply with Jesus as shepherd and as way. All of this is predicated on an observation that productivity and fruitfulness are not the same thing. Almost all of the leadership literature in Christian ministry, missions, the pastorate, marketplace leadership as a believer, is organized to make you and the people you lead productive. But productivity and fruitfulness are not the same thing. They're not mutually exclusive, but they happen along different pathways, they're cultivated differently, and they're led with different competencies. When you come to us, we pace with you until you pace with us, until you walk away with Jesus, able to thrive in the chaotic context where you serve. Very few shepherds leave the 99 and go after the one. But whoever goes after the sheepdog, we do. We find you, we walk with you, till you can walk with him again in the real world in a way that makes your message and the messenger you are make sense.